Okay, so today we're going to talk about Edulastic, and it's a very simple web address. We've got edulastic.com, and I have been exploring this for a while now, and it looks to be a very advanced tool that's going to really come in handy for us, perhaps all the way from K to 12, especially in math and English language arts. But I think as the library of questions expands, we're going to see a benefit in other content areas as well. So first of all, when you get here to the site originally, if you have not created an account, we want to join for free. And at that point, you're going to pick your role. So principals can join as an administrator, and then you'll be able to see what teachers in your building are using Edulastic. Teachers join as teachers, and then you can have your students join as well. So I'm going to select login because I've already created my account. And it does give you an option to authenticate through either the Google or Office 365. And I would recommend doing that because what that's going to do is going to give us knowledge of and maybe even a little bit of control over the accounts for the students, because there's nothing worse than having students create accounts and not use their school email and the school password. And then they say, oh, I forgot my password. I don't know what I'm doing. So that is something that I always recommend there. As far as the best way to authenticate your logins, I think that Google or Office 365 is perfect, because then it's, students at the secondary level are used to doing that with Canvas. And the more that people use Google Classroom down in the K through 5 level, students are going to become familiar with that as well. So if we look here, it's going to take us right to our dashboard. The first time you log in, you might see a little introductory video that's 3 minutes long, I think. It's not bad. It would tell you a little bit about what Edulastic can offer. If you're interested in watching that, you can also find it on YouTube. But the primary screen is the dashboard. And so those of you who are familiar with Canvas and even Google Classroom, the tiles and the dashboard concept are consistent and they roll over here. I'm going to expand my Edulastic navigation piece so that I can actually see. Once you become familiar with the icons, you don't really need that. So the dashboard is the first one on the screen. Assessments takes me to assessments that I have created. I've played around helping some with 8th grade night hour doing something, and then also made a self-practice assessment that I can share out. Just as I was trying to familiarize myself, you can get really fancy and sort by classes and subject. Those of you in kindergarten through 5th grade, you may want to sort based on content. Question bank, I think this is pretty fabulous. This is where I actually like, this is my type A personality, so this is me. Some of you may not like this as well. I didn't like the pre-made assessments, which we're going to get to that next. I like to have a little bit more control over the assessment and the questions. So I like the question bank. The library are libraries of exams already put together. And we can see when I'm still in 7th grade math is what it's searching. Here is iStep 7 mathematics, which would be an older version of the test. But I can find actual tests already put together that then I can edit or manipulate. Reports, once people and my students have started taking, there is a standards mastery report. It's basic, but it's very good at this level. We have not paid for a subscription, so we're not going to get the real in-depth assessment data, but I have been very satisfied with what we've seen so far. In the managed class piece, it just has the information about my active classes and if I want to sync with Classroom, etc., etc. So that's kind of our introduction to Edulastic, and I am going to do a different screencast here in just a moment that will talk about creating an assessment and actually assigning it to a class and the process that you would want to go through to do that best practice.